and also we convey our respectful pranams to Swami, revered Swami Bodhasarananda. We really have no place to hold him. Maharaj is the Assistant General Secretary of Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, headquarters Belur Math. And he is one of a kind, one of the senior Swamis, but Maharaj has given the opportunity to take the Ramakrishna order in the next level with the construction of schools, construction of new centers. If you have recently visited the Belur Math, the Swami Vivekananda Hall is a total creation of Swami Bodhasarananda. So Maharaj is on the move. Every single project that Belur Math is doing, and also what I am very happy about him, Maharaj is taking care of the fourth generation of sadhus who need services, who provided services at the beginning of their life, and Maharaj is in charge of that old age sadhu universe. And I asked many of our sadhus that I worked with in back home, and I said, Maharaj is like a mother to us. And Maharaj was telling me, for each retired sadhu, there is one assistant sadhu or karmachari is taking care of those sadhus. Besides that, we have doctors on the premises, we have two dentists on the premises, and this is all in Maharaj's creation. In addition, Maharaj is taking care of many parents whose kids became sadhu, and Maharaj is taking charge of that. And recently Maharaj was telling me that when Thakur's dad has a dream in Buddha Gaya, and he is creating that place with 15 acres of land, and Maharaj is in the construction mode. So he doesn't need any introduction. And also Maharaj, when he was in Mayavati, he revealed that whole places. And whenever I have problem, I call him. And this is my first physical meeting with him. But we've been talking at least 15, 20 years back. I never had a chance. I never been to visit Belur Math for the last 12, 13 years. So Maharaj, we owe you everything, whatever the little services we try to do. Is his inspiration, including General Secretary Maharaj and the many Secretary Maharajas who came, visited this place. And also my gratitude to each one of you, because without your support, without your inspiration, without your guide, we cannot even hold him. We can't even hold any sadhu. So tonight, and he is like a cyclonic monk, going from Buffalo to Rochester to East Coast to West Coast. God knows how many centers he already visited. And revered Swami Chetananandaji, who is our guide, Sarvadevanandaji, they invited him, and he opened a center in Kansas City. And wherever he's going, I see people are following him like anything. So this reminds me, when I read the complete works of Swami Vivekananda, how he made an impression. And little guy like me is always, anytime I call him, he's there. Out of business. So Maharaj, we are eternally grateful. Pratham will receive you with flowers. This is your first visit to our centers, and hopefully many more years.
स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय. Friends, at the outset, let me convey my salutations to Shri Ramakrishna Deva, Shri Ma Sharda Devi, and Swami Vivekananda. As Prakash Chakravarti has told you, that it was in response to warm welcome and invitation from Swami Chetanananda Maharaj and Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj that I came to America. They arranged my itinerary and today I'm coming from Rochester and Buffalo, and tomorrow early morning I depart for India. So last 25 days I've been running from East Coast to West Coast and West Coast to East Coast, visiting so many devotees and our centers. So it is a great joy and pleasure to see our devotees of Sri Sri Thakur spread everywhere. So they have to become an example. They have to embody the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna in themselves. Ramakrishna mission. First comes Sri Ramakrishna. Then comes Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna mission. If Sri Ramakrishna is the ideal, Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna mission, two twin organizations, are the instruments to reach that ideal. So any service to Ramakrishna mission and Ramakrishna Math is service to Sri Ramakrishna. So your loyalty to this Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna mission and their ideals is loyalty to Sri Ramakrishna himself. So these are the instruments through which you have to reach to the Lord. So it is a huge river, and the main river is Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna mission, through which Swami Vivekananda brought the life and teachings of Sri Ramakrishna and made it flow through this main river. Then other subsidiaries are there. So they also joined this mission. So a lot of work is being done. So when an incarnation comes, he sets in motion global organizations, and through them he manifests himself. So it takes several centuries for an incarnation to manifest himself. And he is manifesting through these organizations, through the work these organizations are conducting. And because he was an embodiment, real renunciation, an embodiment of highest ideals, an embodiment of devotion, and how much eagerness he showed, Vyakulta, in his own life. So these ideals are spreading through these organizations and our devotees also. So seeing our devotees, other people also get interested in this one. So anyway, as Prakash Chakravarti told you, he is doing wonderful work. He is helping so many centers in Bangladesh, India and elsewhere also, because he is getting motivation. So when you do Swami Vivekananda's work, then you have to do some introspection also. Whether you are doing it for your own sake or for others. Bahujana Sukhaya, Bahujana Hitaya. So this is the ideal Lord Buddha has kept before us, and Swami Vivekananda, he introduced this ideal in our Ramakrishna Math and mission. Atmano mokshartham jagat hitaya cha. For one's own liberation, for one's own emancipation, and for the good of the world. So this ideal which, or the motto which Swami Vivekananda has kept before us, it is not only for the sannyasis, it is for all devotees, it is for all people, all devotees, irrespective of caste, color or gender, it is meant for all. I was in Advaita Ashram for long 36 years. So I got an opportunity how Sri Ramakrishna's message, Swami Vivekananda's message is being received by devotees. So that is an indicator how it is spreading. So there is an overwhelming response for Swamiji's words, for Sri Ramakrishna's words also. Lot of demand is there. So when I joined Advaita Ashrama, the first work that was given to me is to read books, to read proofreading, to do proofreading. So the first book that I read and was doing proofreading was Inspired Talks by Swami Vivekananda. As you know, Swami Vivekananda, after delivering his lectures in the Parliament of Religions, then sometime in 1895, he took 12 disciples to 1000 Island Park. Miss Duchess, she gave her cottage, and for 7 weeks, Swami Vivekananda, he gave classes to them. He was in a very sublime mood. Always he used to be immersed in meditation. And at the same time, he was sharing that joy with other people also. So those notes were made by Miss Waldo, Ellen Waldo, and now it is available to all the devotees. So when I was reading those proofs, there comes a line, God helps those who do not help themselves. So in my university, in my college, in my books, I had read just the opposite. God helps those who help themselves. But Swami Vivekananda is telling just the opposite. God helps those who do not help themselves. I was about to correct it, then I read the next line. There Swami Vivekananda says, there comes a stage in our spiritual life when complete resignation comes. So complete dependence on God comes. So then you can completely depend on God, you can completely rely on God. Then you see whatever happens, it is only because of the will of God. So in that stage you can see even one leaf doesn't move without the will of God. So when you read the lives of great saints, incarnations and others, they see it, they experience it. God helps those who do not help themselves. So when you read Sri Ramakrishna's life, how he came to Dakshineshwar, before that, this one, Rani Rasmani, she was a rich lady. She was to go on a pilgrimage to Varanasi. The day she was to start, just one night before that, Mother Kali revealed herself to her and told, no, there is no need for you to go to Varanasi on a pilgrimage. You purchase a plot of land on the banks of the Ganga, construct one temple, then install my image and worship it and offer some food. It will do you a lot of good. So how much faith and conviction she had in the words of Mother Kali, that she cancelled her visit and purchased one plot of land, constructed one temple, and it took her 7 long years to finish that one. And on 31st May 1855, that temple was inaugurated. Then Sri Ramakrishna's elder brother Ram Kumar Chattopadhyay and Sri Ramakrishna, they come on the scene. Then you see how Mother Kali used Rani Rasmani. She was not an ordinary lady. Sri Ramakrishna says she was one of the 8 attendants of Mother Kali. So much devotion she had. And maybe Sri Ramakrishna brought her only to create a congenial environment for Sri Ramakrishna, where he could meditate, where he could embody the highest values of Vedanta ideals of Vedanta in his own life, people will get attracted. A new way of spirituality will grow there. So long, 6 years she served Sri Ramakrishna. 6 long years. And some Sri Ramakrishna says, because he didn't read Shastras, he's telling it is Mother Kali herself who brought great teachers from distant places to teach me. And Mother herself gave me the essence of all the Shastras, of all the Tantras. And then great teachers came from distant places. Totapuri Maharaj, he came from Punjab. Then Bhairavi Brahmani, she came from East Bengal, searching for Sri Ramakrishna, because she was also told by Mother Kali, you have to initiate Sri Ramakrishna. And then the Jatadari and many other teachers came to teach Sri Ramakrishna. God helps those who do not help themselves. He had not to go anywhere seeking teachers. They themselves came. And in the course of time, those great teachers, they were highly influenced. They learned so much from their disciple Sri Ramakrishna. So you see how that drama was enacted there. So many devotees came. Those who were waiting for generations, for centuries to get liberation, so they got liberation. They got mukti. So one of the major works, major objectives of an incarnation is to redeem people. So just by mere look or mere touch, they are redeemed. So that's why we call him Kapal Mochan. So when we are born with so many tendencies. Residual karmas are there. And it is this incarnation who removes all those obstacles and frees us from this cycle of births and deaths. So this is one major works of an incarnation. So like that we find how Shishi Sharda Devi also came, and she became the first disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. So the power of women, Mother had, these women folk, they played a tremendous role in the divine work of Sri Ramakrishna. As I told this one, when Sri Ramakrishna was practicing sadhanas for long 12 years, towards the end of his sadhanas, he got some divine intimations that he has to start one monastic organization, and young disciples will come, they will help him spreading the message everywhere. But they were not coming. But Mother's words cannot go untrue. But in course of time they started coming. And when Swami Vivekananda was born, Sri Ramakrishna sting at Daksheshwar, he could see some streak of light is coming from Varanasi, and it came down at a place where Swami Vivekananda was born. So how strange it is. Then Swami Sri Ramakrishna says, my man has come, my man has come. And when this Brahmananji comes, just before that, Mother Kali, she places one small child in the lap of Sri Ramakrishna and tells him, this is your child. He says, no, how it can be? I have no children. No, he is your spiritual child, mind-born child. He will be with you, he will serve you, he will talk to you. And he also comes. So like that, other disciples also come. And Mother Kali had shown that who are there who will come and help you. And he had seen that they have worked with other incarnations also. So Sri Ramakrishna, just when he saw them for the first time, he could recognize, yes, they are the people whom Mother Kali had shown to. So God helps those who do not help themselves. So like so many incidents are there in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, which prove that he was completely dependent on Mother Kali and she did everything for him. When Bhairavi Brahmani came, on seeing Sri Ramakrishna, she told, no, he is an incarnation. Mutra Babu, she was not ready to accept. So she challenged, you bring all the great Pandits of Calcutta and I will discuss with them, I will debate with them and I will prove them that he is not an ordinary person, he is an incarnation. Because all the characteristics that you find in an incarnation are present in Sri Ramakrishna. So he brought Vaishnav Charan, then Gauri Pandit and many others. They all declared, yes, Sri Ramakrishna is an incarnation. But even after hearing that one, people forget after some time. Even a man like Swami Vivekananda, he also, just when Sri Ramakrishna was just towards the end of his life, and he would pass any time, Swami Vivekananda, seeing him in that condition, mentally he was thinking, if Sri Ramakrishna at this moment tells me about himself, who he really is, then I will accept it. Just he was thinking mentally. Straight Sri Ramakrishna tells him, Naren, even at this stage, you are not convinced. One who was Ram, one who was Krishna, is born as Ramakrishna in this body. So that was the time after which Swami Vivekananda did not entertain any doubts. And it was Sri Ramakrishna, after his passing away, he used to give this darshan, he used to give visions to Swami Vivekananda. Because when Swami Vivekananda went for holy wanderings, so slowly he came to know that what his mission was. It became more and more clear. And ultimately when he comes to Chennai, there he gets a vision of Sri Ramakrishna. He is walking on water and begging Swami Vivekananda to follow him. Then he was in a confusion whether Sri Ramakrishna really wants me to go abroad or not, because Swami Vivekananda was not willing to go. Earlier also Sri Ramakrishna had written on a piece of paper that Naren will go and teach to the world. Swami Vivekananda read that paper, but he simply threw and told, no, this work will not be done by me. Sri Ramakrishna told him that even your bones will do it, and he had to do it. Because that was the command of God, that was the command of the teacher, and he had to do it. Even after that also he wrote a letter to Holy Mother Shri Sharda Devi that I got such visions. So what to do, I am not able to understand. She told, no, this is Sri Ramakrishna's work, you go. So then he goes there. Then when he reached Vancouver, because he had no money and he didn't know where to stay and how many days he will have to stay. So he reached that Vancouver, and when he was traveling in a train from Vancouver to Chicago, he had to change a couple of trains. So in that train he met one Kate Sanborn. And that lady, she became highly convinced. She was overwhelmed on seeing Swami Vivekananda. Then she says, Swamiji, you are going to Chicago. It's a very costly city. Should you need anything, here is my address. I stay at Bridge Meadows in Massachusetts. You can come to me. Swamiji didn't pay much attention to that one, but he retained that address with him. So when he reached Chicago, he found the dates have been extended. After 1.5 months, the parliament will resume. And then he found out that registration of the speakers is already over. They have stopped it. Then you need some credentials. Some organization they should sponsor you. They should recommend your name. Then only you can participate. But he had none of these. So he was at a loss what to do. But at the same time, he was convinced, no, this is the command of the master that I should come here. So I have to stick. So whatever little money he had, within 10 days, it was all gone. Then he remembered that Kate Sanborn, that Swamiji, if you need anything, you please come to my house. Then he goes there, sends a cable, Acha, you remember that you have told me that if I need any help, I should come to your house. She told, yes, please come. And this lady, Kate Sanborn, she introduced Swami Vivekananda to great minds of that locality. That Mr. John, who was a great professor of Harvard University, when he came to know, he told Swamiji, what need of introduction you need? It is just like calling sun. It's right to shine. Then he wrote one letter to Dr. Barrows, who was the chairman of the reception committee at the Parliament of Religions. He is a man who is more learned than all the professors put together. So that became his introduction. And Swami Vivekananda, then when he came for the second time to Chicago, he got down at one station. Then he talked to various people because he had lost the address of Parliament of Religions and they couldn't understand his language because it was German area. He thought just about 1.5 months before I was here, I was able to talk to everybody, they could understand my language. Now they're not understanding. So he got tired, he walked here and there, ultimately he sat just in front of a church. Then strangely, one lady from the other side, it is a 3-story building, one lady came down, crossed the road and came to Swami Vivekananda and told her, are you a delegate to the Parliament of Religions? He told, yes. Please come, this is my house. You come. It seems you have not eaten anything. Your clothes also are dirty. You come, take breakfast, and I myself will take you to the Parliament of Religions because Mr. Barrows, he belongs to our neighborhood and I know him. I myself will take you there. And that house became his home away from home. So that became his address in America. So God helps those who do not help themselves. You see how God was playing in his life. Sometimes he saw as Ramakrishna or sometimes as Mother Kali. When Swami Vivekananda passed away, just 1 or 2 days before that, he's telling his other brothers and disciples, where is that girl? Everybody told, who? Which girl? No, that girl who was always with me in America, here, all these days, she was with me. He was referring to Mother Kali. So when you read Swami Vivekananda's letters, just towards the end of his life, he is writing from America again and again that I don't like America, I want to go back to India. The same thing is writing to so many disciples. But he is not coming. Then in one letter he writes, I cannot move even one step without the command of God. So God helps those who do not help themselves. And in one of the visions when he was in Madras, one day Shri Ramakrishna tells him, Naren, you go to the West, people will be simply amazed to hear your words. You don't have to do anything. Just you talk and people will be convinced. They will be amazed to hear your words. And ultimately when he comes to Detroit, There he speaks, one Mrs. Bagley, she was the wife of one governor of that area in Detroit. She says, Swamiji doesn't speak like a man, he talks like a God. He talks like a God. So much power and spirituality was there in his words. It left a deep impact on the minds of the people. In the same area in Detroit, some Christian priests, they invited him to the church for a cup of tea. Swami Vivekananda, like a small child, he agreed, yes, I will come and take one cup of tea. So when that cup of tea was offered to him, he was about to sip when he saw Sri Ramakrishna by his side. Naren, don't take it, there is poison in this one, and he kept it on the table. Everybody was surprised. Everybody was taking tea, but Swami Vivekananda left it because in that was added poison. They wanted to eliminate him. God helps those who do not help themselves. So he could see that he is an instrument in the hands of Sri Ramakrishna. He passed away on 4th July 1902. At least 4-5 years in advance, he writes to many, I will not cross 40. And he passed away when he was 39 years old, 5 months and 24 days. And Sri Ramakrishna also knew that he will not live long. And when he went to Amarnath in Kashmir, when he entered that cave, just in seconds, in minutes, he came face to face with Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva gave him one boon, that is Ichha Murti, that you will leave this body whenever you want. So in spite of that, he found it necessary that he will leave this body. And in one place he says, if I feel it better, I will leave this body like a worn out garment, but I will not stop working. I will inspire men everywhere until they know that they are one with God. So his mission was how to manifest this divinity within all of us. So that divinity is within us. In Vedanta we say, I am Atma, Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Svabhava. I am Atma, this Atma. It is Nitya, it is eternal, it is undying. It is undying, it doesn't die. Only we go on changing our dress, but our life continues. Birth after birth we continue. So it is Nitya, it is Shuddha, it is pure. No force in this world can malign it. But we think, no, we are bound, we are bound. And Nitya Shuddha Buddha, it is self-illumined. It is self-mukta sabhava. And its true nature is free. So nobody can bind us. We are ever free. But we go on superimposing so many things, and ultimately we come to suffer. So this was Swami Vivekananda's mission. That's why he said, Uttishtata Jagrata. At least 30 times in complete verse this mantra comes, Uttishtata Jagrata. He got it from Kathopanishad. Uttishtata Jagrata Prapya Vanan Nibodhata. Arise, awake and stop not till the goal is reached. So he came to invigorate all of us so that we take the path of God, so that you find in the life. So Sri Ramakrishna has come for our salvation, for our freedom, how to make us free. So this was this one. So as I told you, his Kapala Mochana. So whatever our past tendencies are there, he will remove them and make us free. So this is his one. And when an incarnation comes, he gives rise to global movements. Because through these global movements, his works, his message spreads. And he just attracts so many big these philosophers, big writers, artists, and so many people who become instrument in his hands. They write books, they sing and preach his name everywhere. So that's why it spreads everywhere. Max Muller, who was a professor at Harvard University, and is Oxford University, Max Muller, he also came across few teachings of Sri Ramakrishna, and then he wrote one article in 19th Century magazine, The Great Mahatma. Swami Vivekananda read it. He took Swami Abhedananda, who was also preaching Vedanta in London. So both of them went at least 3 times to Oxford University to meet this Professor Max Muller. Because he made Sri Ramakrishna popular there. People came to know about him. And then Swami Vivekananda told him, you write one detailed biography of Sri Ramakrishna. He told, I don't have any material. Then Swami Vivekananda sends some books, some material, and also the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. He compiled it through Swami Sharadanandaji. And then he brought out one book, Ramakrishna, his life and sayings. It was published in 1898. So people in Europe and London, people came to know about Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Vivekananda was so happy that he himself wrote one book review and got it published in Udbodan, the Bengali magazine. So happy he was. So this is what I was telling you. So many great artists, so many great philosophers and writers, they are attracted, and the incarnation, he spreads his message through them. Though they may not be aware that some other force is working through them. So Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda, they are always inspiring people. Uttishtata Jagrata, arise, awake, and find out who you really are. Swami Vivekananda, he writes one letter to Swami Ramakrishna Nandaji. He was himself in America, and in that letter he writes, good, great God, he is moving my hands. I am not able to write. Whoever reads my letters will imbibe my spirit. Swami Vivekananda passed at his 123 years ago. Even now also when we read his books, we get inspiration. So many people, they are ready to sacrifice everything for his sake. So then Sri Ramakrishna says, Naren will teach the world. So when Swami Vivekananda came to America, then in 1894 he says, 96 he says, my work had just started. Then afterwards he says, I have only raised 1 or 2 waves. Tidal waves will come and the whole society will be turned upside down. There will come a new civilization and people will come to know the great power behind this. So Swami Vivekananda, he didn't say how many years it will take. He was a rishi, he could see. That's why he says this Ramakrishna movement, it will last for 1,500 years. So he didn't set it, the date for this, how much time it will take. And it takes an incarnation several centuries to manifest himself fully. So in another place, Swami Vivekananda says, even his own disciples have not been able to understand Sri Ramakrishna. Because it will take a lot of time. So many centuries it will take. And slowly he is unfolding himself. Like other incarnations like Sri Rama, Krishna and others, After 500 years, after 600 years, people came to recognize them as incarnations. Well, they were ordinary people before us. But after a time, we see their real divinity. When they have come with a special mission. Buddha came 2,500 years ago. Christ came about, say, 2,000 years ago. Even now also you see so many books are coming out and we get new hope, new light, new strength we get. So as the days pass, their power also increases. So in the case of Sri Ramakrishna also, now you see his words are spreading everywhere. Swami Vivekananda says in one place, you see how strange. An ordinary man was born in a remote village in Bengal. Nobody knew about that village. Nobody knew about Sri Ramakrishna. Now he is being worshipped. So many hundreds and thousands of people are worshipping. And in future, more people will revere her. They will worship him. So in one of his letters to Max Muller, he writes, now many people are worshipping Sri Ramakrishna. So he writes, he replies, Romarola, if worship is not accorded to such a person, to whom else you will worship? So you could understand. In another letter, Romarola says, when I think about Sri Ramakrishna, tears come to my eyes. Because he had read Vedas and he could see, yes, all those ideals you find, that renunciation, that love for God, that devotion, you find in Sri Ramakrishna. That's why he says that if worship is not accorded to such a person, to whom else you will give. So afterwards that Romarola also comes, he also writes books, and through those books also the message of Sri Ramakrishna is spreading everywhere. Then Krishna Parisharhood, and then this Richard Shipman, he also wrote another book. So like that in different languages, books are coming out glorifying the life of Sri Ramakrishna and Vivekananda. So if we sincerely pray to him, he will respond to our prayers. He will come to our life. He will manifest to us. But that devotion has to be there, that conviction has to be there, then he will really come. And when we think of him, our minds become pure, our body becomes pure. And we see, yes, he is there, that conviction we get. Because he is Antaryami. He knows what is in our minds, whether we truly want him or not. He will reveal. They say God is in the heaven. If an ant walks, God can understand, yes, he can understand, yes, an ant is walking. So she also does. This I will give you a few examples, then you can understand that God is really Antaryami. This Rani Rasmani, one day she comes to Dakshineshwar, she takes bath in the Ganga, and then she comes and pays her obeisance to Mother Kali. Then she finds young Sri Ramakrishna, he was hardly in 20s, early 20s, even less than that. He is sitting on one asana. Then, because he had heard that he is a good singer and he can prepare this some images also. So she requests Sri Ramakrishna just to sing a song for Mother Kali. Then he requests, yes, to sit on this asana, and Sri Ramakrishna is sitting there on another asana. So Sri Ramakrishna closed his eyes. Rani Rasmani, she also closes her eyes. Then Sri Ramakrishna sings a song. After some time, Sri Ramakrishna, he slaps this Rani Rasmani. Not once, twice or thrice. You requested me to sing a song for Mother Kali, and now here you are thinking about some court case, closing your eyes. Mon mukh, you have to make one. What is in your heart and what you speak, it should become one. So you are telling me one thing and you are doing something else. So she came to senses. So both were sitting with closed eyes. So how could Shri Ramakrishna know what is happening in her mind? So God is Antaryami. You may deceive yourself, but you cannot deceive God. So this is one example. Then another example is Shri Ramakrishna. First time when he went to Balram Bose's house in Calcutta, Balram Bose was a big landlord. He had land in various states of India. So when Shri Ramakrishna went there, so he brought so many types of sweets and placed before Shri Ramakrishna. But mentally he had kept 3 sweets for Shri Ramakrishna in 3 corners. Just mentally I am offering these to Shri Ramakrishna. And he placed that tray of sweets before Shri Ramakrishna. Strangely enough, Shri Ramakrishna, he selected only those 3 sweets. So many types of sweets were there, but he selected only those which he had mentally offered to Shri Ramakrishna. Then Shri Ramakrishna is telling, have I passed the test? Yes. Good. So Antaryami is Antaryami. On another occasion, Ramchandra Datta, he was coming from Calcutta because generally on Sundays he used to come to Shri Ramakrishna at Daksheshwar. So one day while he was walking, he found the jalebi which Shri Ramakrishna used to like. So he found one sweetmeat in one shop, it was being fried. So he brought these hot jalebis. And when he was walking, one young boy, very poor boy, he was following him, please give me 1 piece, please give me 1 piece. He told, no, I am taking it somewhere, why I should give to you? Then he took compassion, no, he is poor man, hungry, so let me give one. Then he came, placed it before Shri Ramakrishna, because he knew in the afternoon he takes a little some fried things, and this also I will give to him and he will like it. And when Shri Ramakrishna began, he touched it, he took out one jalebi, did like this and threw it. And then another also he brought out and then he threw it. Ramchandra Datta, he noticed, Shri Ramakrishna seems to be disgusted. I don't know, he is taking other thing, but he is not taking this one, he is throwing it like this one. Anyway, he didn't tell anything. Then on the following Sunday when he came to Shri Ramakrishna, then Shri Ramakrishna told him, whenever you bring anything, I offer it to Mother Kali, then I take. If you give it to somebody else, it becomes defiled and I don't. Then you could understand, yes, last time I had done the same thing. So whatever fresh thing comes, that only he takes. Mentally he offers to Mother Kali, then so is Antaryami. So you can't cheat him. So we have to be very sincere to ourselves, because Shri Ramakrishna knows what is in our mind. So if we sincerely call him, we will be suitably awarded. On another occasion, Shri Ramakrishna, he was very young that time, hardly 20 or 22. He had come to Calcutta and he heard some Brahmo, they have assembled in one hall, they are going to meditate there and discuss some scriptures there. So Shri Ramakrishna, out of curiosity, he wanted to see how they meditate. So it was evening, lights were very dim, hall was closed, and so many people were there meditating. So Shri Ramakrishna he opened the gate and then just gave a glance and came out. Then he says, among so many people I found only one man was meditating, and that is Keshav Chandra Singh. And others, their minds were just like monkeys. They were so much restless. They were thinking about so many things. Dim light, so many people are there with their eyes closed, but he could see everything. So we have to be very careful. Our devotees, if they think, no, Shri Ramakrishna, we have got 3 pictures, original pictures, and in all the 3 you find his eyes closed. So if we think, no, Shri Ramakrishna is always closing his eyes, so whatever I do, he doesn't understand, he doesn't see, let me do, we will be very wrong. Roma Rola says, though his eyes are closed, but he can see deep into your heart. So we have to be very, very cautious about this. So genuinely we have to call him. And he is working, he is still working. Swamiji is working. Ma Sharda, they are also working. So when I was in publication department, so many incidents came in my life. One day one postman, he came, he delivered one packet to me. When I opened it, I found 2 Arabic books were there. So I was just wondering, how come that somebody has sent these books to me? I didn't place any order for them. Then I found one letter inside. One Muslim professor of Iran University, he writes to me, Swamiji, last year I came to India, I went to various places. When I was returning to Iran, I came to Bombay and I purchased 2 of your publications. One is Life of Ramakrishna by Roma Rola and another by the Swami Bodhasarananda, Mind and Control. And when I read this Life of Ramakrishna, I felt it will be criminal on my part if I don't share this divine knowledge, divine wisdom with my Muslim brothers in Iran. So without taking your permission, I translated this book into this Arabic. I have published it. I am sending it, please don't mind. So I was so happy and thought, you see, Shri Ramakrishna, how he is bringing his own people and getting his work done. So we feel blessed that Shri Ramakrishna has just selected me, not others, to do his work. So he is very actively doing his work, whether we are conscious or not, but he is working through us. So the instrument has to be pure. Just like this mic is there, whatever I say, it is carrying to you. So it doesn't add or deduct anything. As it is taking to you, all of it. So this should be the attitude about ourselves. So like that, so many incidents came. On another occasion, I got another packet from Karachi, Pakistan. Somebody has translated Karma Yoga from English to Urdu. So then he writes to me, Swamiji, I have published it. I read some English version. I felt inspired. I wanted that Muslims of Pakistan also should get benefit. So I have done this, but I don't have permission. If you give me permission, it will do me good. I can present to libraries, I can sell it also. I happily gave him permission. So like that, so many things are happening. Another person from America, he was from this one, Hyderabad. So he wrote to me, Swamiji, you are bringing out one book, Vivekananda is called to the nation at a highly subsidized price, but I want you further subsidize it so that it reaches more and more hands. Then he told me, how many books you publish every year? I told him about, say, 50,000 copies. No, you reduce the price and see that 120,000 copies of this book are, at least it goes to various people in 1 year. Then I published 120,000 books of Vivekananda's contribution and sent one circular to some of our centers in India, and in just 2 or 3 orders came and the whole lot was sold out. All the 120,000 copies were sold out. Then I wrote to that gentleman, you see, you told me, and just I sent circular and all the copies have been sold out. He told, don't worry. Again, he gave money. So in 1 year, 1 million copies we sold out. 1 million copies. And so far, at least 10 million copies have been sold. So when Swami Vivekananda says, even if I cast off my body, I will not cease to work. So he is a voice without form. In one of his letters, he writes to Swami Ramakrishna that I don't like this name and fame. I want to be a voice without form. So that form he has left, but that voice is still ringing in our eyes, ears. Swami Vivekananda is working among us. So when we work for him, so we have to do introspection. At the intellectual level, we have to think whether we compromise with his philosophy. At the mental level, we have to see whether by working for him, whether that I get motivation for doing his work. And third thing, when I do it at the physical level, whether I am able to do it within a short time, my maximum contribution I am able to do. And you have to also think, if Swami Vivekananda would have been by our side, whether he would have approved the way I am doing it. So you have to see that one also. And by doing his work, whether it is leading me towards God's realization or not. If it is not, then I am not doing his work. I am doing it for my own ego, for my own satisfaction, not for him. So you have to be really an instrument in his hands. So like so many incidents have come in my life and given me that conviction that Sri Ramakrishna is still working, is manifesting, unfolding himself. Otherwise, we will not be able to understand his divinity. And Swami Vivekananda says, may you be all helpers in the divine play of Sri Ramakrishna. So we have to actively participate in Sri Ramakrishna's life, in his mission. That's why Sri Ramakrishna is spreading his wings everywhere. Everywhere. People are getting inspired. They are working for him. So in nook and corner we find his work is going on. Devotees, though we may not be aware, but they also try to speak about Sri Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, Maharaj Devi to their friends, to their relatives. So like this, it is spreading day by day, inspiring people and taking us towards Godwards. So we have to pray him. And he will respond to our prayers. It will not go waste. Our minds will be purified, our bodies will be purified. We will become true instruments in his work. So with these three words, I invoke the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna. May he shower his choicest blessings on all of us. May we become a blessing to ourselves and to the whole world. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.
That when I was in last year of my college, driving taxi cab and going to college, but why the Ramakrishna Mission is a little different than the other institutions. Somehow I got in touch with Smaranananda. Aksharananda introduced me. And I didn't have a proper car, I didn't have an AC, anything. I didn't even have a taxi that day. So one of my Muslim friends came forward and said, I can lend you my car. So many objected that you are the General Secretary of Belur Math and you are going to a taxi driver's place. And we have our two trustees, Dr. Dhananjay Shaha and Nimita Shaha, they are here also. So I asked them, can we use your backyard? Because we didn't have the money to even rent the temple that time. Maharaj came. So that's how they are supportive of our work. And Maharaj told that time, I feel something will come up in this neighborhood. So he is no longer, he is Sri Ramakrishna, but his words came true within 3 to 4 years. So 2006, we were able to purchase this on our personal level with the help of many. And Swami Aksharanandaji chose this place by himself. So in our work, Maharaj, all of the little contribution became like a blessing. We have done a teacher, Ranjitda, his son, Kavitanji, Shamolda, always we agree, disagree. Then somebody came from Maimansingh doing all the puja, his wife, Vananidi, from Kolkata side, Shatidi, Ramjetu. So it's many more. So as you say, that Thakur is really spreading his wings. And each one of you, I'm grateful. Diksha is taking place, and Sarvabhyanandaji is a big help, Atmagyananandaji, Sarvadevanandaji. So we owe everything to everyone. I'm just the doorkeeper. And in our work, Maharaj, we took a mission that how do we remember Swami Vivekananda's 150th birthday anniversary. So we took a pledge that we will make 150 men and women that can contribute to this society. So we started a medical project, and many people ridiculed me, said, who is going to give you $600 per student? You are a crazy man. But as again, Sri Ramakrishna opens his wings, and many came along, and Vidyapit was a new addition, all the teachers helped. We cannot do like Vidyapit, but I dream about it with Pratham, that we will be able to help the Queen's kids. So in our work, many came forward, but particularly several people who basically led us, inspired us, and one is exactly my mother says, and she has been Ramakrishna devotee, you know her personally, in her whole life. She became a widow at the age of 26 or 27, but she dedicated her whole life for the well-being of Ramakrishna orders and his devotees. And she's my mother, she's my older sister, so we agree, we disagree, and she came forward, Prakash, I'm here with you. And I'm lucky enough today, that person is here, Dr. Badrasha. So I want Didi to come forward and take a little blessings from Swami.